beer tubers, welcome back to Maxwell Starr's beer review. Tonight we're going to take a look in the fourth and final AMB beer, a Maître Brasseur beer that was given to me by my buddy Heist Almighty on Rate Beer. This one is a Maître Brasseur's Scotch Ale Imperiale. So obviously it's a Scotch Ale, be a nice dark malty smoky flavored beer, except for this one's imperial strength. This is coming in at a whopping 7.5% ABV. These beers are from Laval, Quebec. The whole bottle's written en français, so I cannot parlez-vous. Alright, just says Scotch Ale Imperiale strong beer. So let's crack it open. Ooh, cool. Should point out just a plain gold colored cap. Oh boy. And pour that out. Jeez, that's dark. Not like the color I expected. I've had a couple other Scotch ales. This one, it's clear. Wait a minute. Ah, it's not filtered. There's sediment in this thing. Yep. Looks like it was bottled with yeast in it, so it's not completely filtered. I think beers like Keith's Tartan Ale and Pump House Scotch Ale, they were filtered. This one here, you can actually see all kinds of sediment. It's got a somewhat, I'm not gonna say cloudy because it's more like it's got crap floating in it. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. I have my phone here. Phone's got a little flashlight. And let's see if I can shine a light. You can see what I mean. See all those specks in there? That's not just carbonation. Yeah. It almost looks gross when I do that. I'm going to turn that off because I'm about to drink this and I don't want to know. Honestly, it's probably meant to be like that. Okay, the head's died off. It had a nice about half finger ahead. It's like a dark brown color, slightly red hues around the edges. If it were any more opaque, I would think it looked like a quad, Belgian quadruple, but it's got that kind of deep brown, but not clear color. This one here is slightly clear, with a whole bunch of specks floating in it. And the specks, when you hold it right up to the light, kind of look like they're yellow. Okay, so it's got a nice, it's almost got like a chocolate, alcoholic chocolate kind of smell to it, along with a slightly smoky scent. Boy, it's just like some kind of caramel chocolate you'd find in like a box of pot of gold chocolates. Wow, it's got a real chocolate smell on this thing. And it's got like that fancy chocolate smell because of the alcohol in this beer, and the alcohol is pretty strong. And I think I'm smelling a bit of that alcohol. It almost comes on with like, well, I won't say cherry cordial kind of thing, almost like some kind of fruit cordial or perhaps even cinnamon. It almost smells like it should be a Christmas beer, like a holiday special, like a winter warmer. Maybe not a winter warmer, it's not spicy enough for that, but it actually smells really good. Don't get me wrong, that's actually a really nice smelling beer. So it looks weird, smells very good. Let's give it a taste. Woo! I don't mean that in a bad way. That's actually really nice. It's like taking a Scotch ale and turning it into the exact same thing as what an Imperial Stout is to a regular stout. You got all the Scotch ale flavors, caramel, kind of a smoky flavor, but damn, it's got that cordial shock of alcohol that grips you and it kind of warms your throat a little. And admittedly, the alcohol then it gives a little bit more weight to the beer, but it's not absolutely a heavy beer. It's more like medium, maybe even medium to light, but it's got a decent amount of alcohol in that taste. Having that much alcohol isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially when you consider it's 7.5%. Finish is quite dry though. You want to take another sip right after you've taken one. Wow. But it's got that holiday season chocolates kind of caramel and chocolate taste to it, and that slightly boozy sweetness to it. It's actually quite a sweet beer, but the way that the sweetness hits you is it doesn't hit you in the middle of the tongue. It's focused mainly on the back, and with that little tiny bit of bitterness you get with this. There's no discernible hop character you get with this. It's just basically sweet. Maybe a little bit of roasted bitterness in the back. That's an interesting beer. Wow. Alright, I'm going to sit down with this one for a bit, and I'll be back with some thoughts. Be right back. And we're back with Maître Brasseur's Scotch Ale Imperiale. So what did I think about this one? That's a damn weird beer. It's got all those Scotch Ale flavors, but it's got that Russian Imperial Stout, alcohol burn, cherry cordial, and chocolate flavors. It's kind of like the weirdest hybrid of any kind of beer I've ever had. Not to mention that, there are Scotch ales out there that have ABVs that are either higher than this one here, without having to be so noxiously Imperiale. It's just what was the point? You know? So I'm not really exactly sure what to call this thing. For if you were to rate this as being a Scotch ale, it's kind of strange. If you were to go with AMB's concept here and say it's a Scotch ale, Imperial Scotch ale, it's not too bad. It's just as incredibly boozy for what it is. And I imagine you could get smashed off a few of these. I'm feeling this one already, and I guess I drank my last beer a little too fast, maybe. And I've gone through about half of this one, and it's just... I don't really know if I want to get so cut off of this one. I want to enjoy something else. It's just... It's very strange, and I've never had anything like it, or never seen anything like it. It's just fucking weird. And I don't know if it's all that enjoyable that way. Whether it's something I could say that it's fantastic or pathetic. I think in the end I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. Slight recommendation if you want to try something friggin' weird. But I won't call it the best thing since sliced bread. I won't call it the best beer ever, because it's not. It tastes way too much alcohol. I've seen some other beers that have, more than 7.5% ABV with that kind of consistency, and the alcohol's masked perfectly. This one here doesn't do a great job at hiding it all. But it's not it's a bad tasting beer. I mean, if the concept is that they're going for an Imperial Scotch Ale, then maybe it works. But at the same time, there are Scotch ales with more alcohol than that don't call themselves Imperial. So it's like, the hell, man. So I'm going to stick with my guns and say 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Wow. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review. Hope you enjoyed watching this review, and hopefully it influences your decision whether you're going to take a look at this one or not. Because that's got to be one of the weirdest beers I've ever tried. For AMB, I've had 4 of their beers now. They also have a couple others. Like, they actually have like a porter and a stout, I believe. But my buddy Heist Almighty only got 1 of each of those, and he didn't have any extras to give me, so he just gave me the ones he had duplicates of. As such, I got to try their Champenois Imperiale, their Russe Fumé Imperiale, and their Belgian Bray Imperiale, as well as this. The Belgian Bray and the Champenois, they were delicious. These two, this one, bleh. I don't know whether I like it or not. Russe Fumé was a Roche beer that was kind of over the top smoky. This one's drinkable, but barely. 3 out of 5. Thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review. Talk to you later.